Back in 2012, Karl Williams was out in Dubai with two friends on what he thought was a dream holiday, but it soon turned into a nightmare when the group were arrested and jailed after being wrongly accused of drug offences. What followed was a year-long ordeal. It's all detailed in new book Killing Time: Surviving Dubai's Most Notorious Prisons.
The normal sort of holiday maker sort of stuff, you know, going out drinking with some friends, eating some good food, because, you know, Dubai is world renowned for its fantastic restaurants and amazing beaches and nightclubs and all that sort of stuff.
So when did things change?
Things changed when we rented out a car, went shopping as per normal, and it's only when we loaded up our shopping into the car we noticed that there was an extra bag in the car. Shortly after that, to kind of cut a long story short, we were parked up outside the Dubai's yacht club, and that's when we were swarmed on by the police.
And so that must have come as a huge shock to all of you. What was your reaction?
My initial reaction was just kind of like, whoa, like what is going on? At first, we kind of thought we were being robbed because they were CID officers. Some of them were in like Manchester United shirts and, you know, just like casual sort of clothes. So we were like, oh my God, like, I'm being robbed. What do we sort of do? And the whole story kind of just unfolded from there.
And they had guns, didn't they?
Yes, they had guns, yeah, correct.
And they're pointing these guns at you, so I can imagine that would have seemed something like a robbery.
Yeah, of course.
And then how quickly did it turn into something incredibly serious? When were you taken to jail?
Well, it took about 6 hours before we were actually taken to the jail, because first of all they took us into the desert, and that's when we were initially tortured, and then we were taken to a hotel room and tortured again, and then we were thrown in jail after that.
And it was a while before you even were able to have your injuries seen to.
Well, it's quite funny about that is when I was actually in the first prison, the hospital staff turned up and said, look, we need to take this guy to the hospital, his hand's broken and so forth, and the Dubai police said, nope, he's not going anywhere. So it took me about another 3 or 4 weeks after that before I was actually seen by any hospital staff.
Now, people have probably seen what prisons in this country look like, and perhaps even in America, but what are prisons in Dubai like? I mean, what were conditions? And give us a sense of what a cell was like.
Average cell had 6 to 8 beds in it, extremely dirty, but we used to have cleaners and all that sort of stuff, so we tried to keep our cell in tip-top condition, bed bugs everywhere sort of thing.
And also, I suppose, there's a bit of a hierarchy in prisons. Did you have to make friends with the right people?
Yeah, we had to make friends with the right people. It took us probably about 6 months to kind of climb into a number 2 position into the actual prison hierarchy system, which then enabled us to be able to have Pizza Hut at night times, mobile phones, so that we could take pictures of our injuries, send them back to the authorities in England to actually get our case publicised.
Incredibly disturbing situation. How did you stay positive through all this?
Probably pictures of my daughter, speaking to my girlfriend at the time, Amy, all the time on the phone. That really helped out my situation, my friends, my family, especially one of my friends called Samuel Roper, who, when I spoke to him, he just said to me, listen, this is not your destiny, don't worry, you're going to be out here within like a year or so and we're going to laugh about this. So I owe my friend Sam Roper the biggest thank you ever, and of course Reprieve, because they were the charity which actually publicised our case with my other 2 co-defendants, family and friends as well.
Well, your case did get lots of headlines here, and they eventually, this charity that works on people who have suffered human rights abuses, eventually helped to get you out. So I understand that the first few days after coming out, you were showing your resilience. You were at a concert.
Yeah, well, once you've been in jail for a year, the first thing you kind of want to do is obviously see your girlfriend, and then you want to eat some good food, and then you want to party. So luckily, my good friend at the time, Plan B, was performing at Lovebox, so took us all down there, and we just had a whale of a time.